Yo, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to another Beyond Plug and Play video. It is May 16th. I am your host, LoGicMoTion, and today we have some gaming news. So let's get right into it, baby. Our first story of today is two Joycon drift lawsuits have been dismissed after 5 years. Nintendo apologized for the issue in 2020, but it continues to appear in some controllers. Two significant lawsuits over Nintendo Switch Joy-Con drift have been dismissed in the US courts. According to GameFile, DS versus Nintendo and Carbajal versus Nintendo, which were filed in 2019 and 2020, have both been dismissed. The suits allege that Nintendo knowingly sold defective controllers. So if we scroll down to the bottom of this article, we can see that in response to the legal action and player disappointment, Nintendo issued an apology in 2020 over the issue, but argued that players who purchased the items were bound by the user agreement of Nintendo Switch and thus ineligible to participate in a class action lawsuit against the company. I'm not a big fan of this lawsuit being dismissed just because Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they sell us the $60, $70 controllers and they're not built to last. 2 months in, 3 months in, 4 months in, or 2 weeks in, couple days in, drift can happen on any of these controllers. And this isn't limited to like PS4 or the DualSense or the Xbox. It's on all first-party controllers. It's eventually gonna happen. It doesn't matter how careful you are with your controller. It doesn't matter how heavy or how long you use the controller for. Like, it's eventually going to happen. It's guaranteed to happen on almost every single first party controller. It's gonna happen eventually. It doesn't make sense for third party controllers like this GuilliKit controller to have Hall sensor sticks and you'll never get drift. And if you do get drift, you're gonna be long gone. So it just doesn't make sense how these third-party controllers, or these third-party studios or companies can make controllers that are better than first-party. And I really like the design. I like the feel of the Xbox controller. It's a good controller. It's just not built up to a quality standard. And like in the Joy-Cons case, like the controller's $70. You know, maybe some of the other ones are 60, some of the different colors, but I paid like $70 for my green Joy-Cons, and they're just not built to last. I really don't even want to use them like that. I mostly use my gray ones, and those have drift. My green ones don't, but it's because I barely use them. It's more of a aesthetic thing. So I don't know, man. If they're gonna sell these controllers for such a high price, like there has to be something done, just because it shouldn't be that I'm paying this amount of money for a controller and I'm guaranteed to get drift. Like, it's gonna happen, right? And sure, yeah, you can send it in to fix, but like, how long are they going to do that? Were they only doing it because they had this class action lawsuit? And then what's the deal with that too? Like, you have the class action lawsuit, and as long as you buy the product, you're not able to participate in a class action law. Like, it just sounds ridiculous. You're unable to do anything. Like, if they're selling you a bad product, you just got to deal with it, because that's just what's in the user agreement. It's ridiculous, crazy. I hate it. I just wish there was something we could do in order to stop it from happening. Better quality controllers. And it seems like a dream, just because you're never going to get 100% of people to stop buying this product, right? So there needs to be something done on like the on the lawsuit level, or like on the judicial level. Like, there needs to be something done like on that level to force these companies to make a better product, or a product that lasts at least a year or 2 years or whatever. Just because I just don't like how much we pay for these controllers, and they're not built to last, right? And I'm not even talking about from a like me throwing it or anything like that. Like, this is just from use, normal use. It sucks. And I hope something in the future can be done. I guarantee when the Switch 2 comes out, there's probably going to be some drift issue with that as well. Next topic, which is about Assassin's Creed. So Ubisoft revealed a new Assassin's Creed game. It's called Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it takes place in Japan. And if you're a Assassin's Creed fan, or even if you're not a fan, like, I've played a couple of the games. I played Origins and I played Unity, and I had fun with those games, but I don't buy it like every year or anything like that. But I've always been excited to have a Assassin's Creed game set in Japan, just because it feels like it was made for that. It's just, there's just so many things you can do with it. It looks really fun. Just the thought of it. You know, I've always told myself if they ever released an Assassin's Creed in Japan, I'm there day one. I'm there. So I'm really excited about Assassin's Creed Shadows. But what we got to talk about is just the social media controversy around just Shadows. So we have two main characters for Assassin's Creed Shadows. We have Yasuke. I'm gonna go with Yasuke, and we have Nae. I think it's Nae. I'm so sorry if I butchered those names, but we have those two characters. So you have a male character and you have a female character, and they both look really cool. The male character is a black samurai, Yasuke, and then the female is more of, she seems more of like a ninja assassin rogue type, and they both seem really, really cool. But the controversy is that we have this game set in Japan and they use the black samurai just because it's woke and it'll drive more people to the game, I guess. But man, I don't know. I honestly think I think it's cool. I don't know. I think it's cool, and maybe I'm biased though because I'm black. So I think that shit is fucking tight. I do. I think it's tight. And it's hard, man. I feel like I'm stuck between a hard place and a rock. I think that's how that phrase goes. If not, I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, I think it's cool. I played Neo and Neo 1 and Neo 2, and that was one of the skins I used the most just because, I don't know, man, it's cool. So I'm okay with that being the case. And then, there's another character there too. So, and I feel like she'll be Japanese, but I don't know. I guess I could see some people being upset, but I don't know. I'm okay with it. And I think it's cool. I don't really see a problem with it. I feel like if the game, as long as the game is still fun, it should be okay. I don't know, man. I could definitely see someone taking Ubisoft wants to be woke here, and that's 100% probably what's going on, but I don't know, man. I think that shit's tight. I'm definitely going to be there day one, and we'll see. It depends on if the game's good or not, because, it could come out and have a bad launch, but as it stands right now, everything's good. Everything's perfect. It runs great or whatever. I definitely will be there. I'm excited for that. I think that's really cool. But let me know what you guys think. For real, do you think this is just a woke move? Do you think they're just trying to grab that audience or whatever? I don't know, man. I think it's cool. I think it'll be fun, but you let me know. Maybe I'm not seeing it in the perspective that everyone else is. But there's a huge firestorm on Twitter going on. People do not like what is going on here. They're just calling it woke or whatever, but we'll see what happens. For our next story, it's also a Ubisoft story. It is XDefiant will have no skill-based matchmaking in casual playlists. So Ubisoft has confirmed that when XDefiant is released on May 21st, it'll have no skill-based matchmaking mechanics applied to the casual playlist. That means that unranked multiplayer modes won't use skill-based matchmaking algorithms to intelligently link players with one another. So back then, in the very far place, I used to play Destiny with my girlfriend. We don't play much anymore, but and when we played, we usually did campaign and the story stuff, right? We never really did multiplayer together just because I knew her reactions weren't that great. Her just overall ability to shoot people, it's not the best. it's not the best. And there was one time where she was playing the Crucible, which is the online multiplayer mode where you go against people, the PvP mode. And I'm watching her and I'm looking at the players that she gets, and it's crazy. So when I saw the players that she was going up against, it was basically people running into the wall, people not really seeing each other. It was no one knew how to play the game, right? And don't get me wrong, she was like that too. She didn't really have the reactions like that. She didn't have the aim like that. She wasn't very used to a first person shooter or anything like that. And those people came together because they were arguably around the same skill level. If you were to take those people and just throw them into a match, I don't think it would be fun for them. I don't think it would be great. I think there needs to be a moderate amount of skill-based matchmaking. I don't think it should be super, I can barely talk. I don't think it should be super strict, right? I think it should be moderate. So like there should be some leeway in there. But I don't think anybody should just be able to be matched up with anybody, right? I don't think that's good. I think they did a test of that with Destiny and it didn't turn out too well. So yeah, I used to be an advocate of like no skill-based matchmaking, like we should all just be thrown in there. But after seeing that, like it just put it in perspective. Like I was like, oh, she doesn't need to be getting matched up with people like me, right? Like when I get matched into games, like I'm going against sweat lords, like people are sliding, they're headshotting with the hand cannon, like, you know, they know how to use their skills, like very aware, very reactive. These are good players, right? Not the best in the world, but like they're decent. And when I see that, I'm like, our matchmaking is worlds apart. And there's more people like that, I'm sure. So they don't ever need to really, unless they get better, obviously, but they don't ever need to be put into a match with like high level players or even mid-level players, right? Until they get to that point, right? So I don't know how this will turn out. I don't think it'll turn out well, but maybe it will. What do I know? I'm not a professional or anything like that. But I think a little bit of skill-based matchmaking goes a long way. I just think some people shouldn't be matched up with some people just because they're just not there. They don't have the reactions. They don't have anything. They are literally just like a rag doll. So we'll see how it turns out. You know, and I think it will be good too, just to have once it releases and once it comes out, it'll be good to have this information to see what people think about it, because people might hate it, people might love it, and we can go from there. And it might just change the infrastructure of how skill-based matchmaking is. But as it stands, I think a little bit of skill-based matchmaking goes a long way. More Ubisoft news coming up, which is Ubisoft cancels the Division Heartland. And if you don't know what that was, it was a free-to-play shooter. If you played Division 1 or Division 2, similar to those, I really enjoyed Division 1. I thought it was one of the most fun multiplayer co-op experiences I've ever played. Even PvP, just going out there in the dark zone. Me and a buddy used to play in college all the time. Great game, great fun, great interactions. They did a lot right with that game. They did a lot wrong too. It wasn't the perfect game, don't get me wrong. And the DLC was great. The Underground DLC was some of the most like fun I ever had too. I used to stay up all night playing that. Division 2 didn't really hook me. Wasn't a big fan. Kind of took me out of the game, and I never really went back to it. So maybe this is them seeing that just popularity, not from me obviously, but maybe like the popularity of Division isn't there like it was with the Division 1, and they're just kind of like, oh, we're just going to focus on bigger opportunities like XDefiant and Rainbow Six. And I feel like that's okay. There's probably some people that are a little sad about this, but like Division 2 is still out there. I don't know if it's being updated still, but Division 2 is still out there. You can still play that. We don't necessarily need another Heartland or a Division Heartland to kind of split the player base. So I'm okay with this. And I just feel like Ubisoft has so much on their plate right now. They're working on that Star Wars game. They're working on XDefiant. They're working on Beyond Good and Evil. Where the heck is that? Right? So this is okay. I know not everybody's going to have the same feelings as me, but I feel like this is okay. Okay, and last story, just because I really want to talk about this. XCOM's Jake Sullivan on his new studio and what went wrong with Midnight Suns. The Firaxis veteran talks to VGC about establishing his new studio and leaving the one that made him. So he goes to say that I think cards were a major problem. I think it was a good design solution, but I think I was naive about what people would think when they saw the mechanic was cards. Now, everyone on my team was behind the idea, but they trusted me. So I don't think, like, sure, there's probably people that didn't like the card system in Midnight Suns, but I don't think it probably was the key factor, the de facto, and what turned people away. At least for me, this coming from a guy that played a majority of the game. I didn't beat it, but I played a majority of it. And one thing that really stood out to me was just like the dialogue, the interaction with characters. they didn't seem genuine. They didn't seem fluid, especially if you're a big Marvel guy and you read the comics and you kind of know the personality of these characters. One of the things that really like rubbed me the wrong way was Wolverine, right? So you get Wolverine in your party and you start talking to him like at the base, and he's like revealing his whole life story to you. He's like, hey, yeah, this is what happened, this, that, yeah, like he's just ready to give me all this information, right? And that's just not realistic what like Wolverine would do. And like some characters, sure, like Captain America, Peter, they'll probably tell you a bunch of stuff, but it was really weird that he was just willing to give so much information. He just joined the party, and what is it? Peter Parker or Spider-Man was more reserved than him, because I think Spider-Man, when you first get him into the party, until you like rank him up, like the relationship, he doesn't want to like show you what's behind the mask, right? He doesn't want to reveal that to you, right? And it just felt weird that you had like Spider-Man doing that or Peter Parker doing that, and then Wolverine literally telling you everything about himself. So I thought some of the interactions were weird, and with a game like this, with so many cool Marvel characters hanging out together, it shouldn't have been like this. Like these conversations should have been interesting. These conversations should have been like entertaining, like, oh, Doctor Strange and like, Blade, meeting up together or whatever, or like Iron Man and like Captain America, Wolverine, like these should have been like really cool interactions and not boring. And I feel like that was like one of the killers for the game, at least for me. I think they could have done such a better job on that, on making interactions more entertaining. The gameplay, in my honest opinion, it was fun. I didn't mind the cards. Once I got used to the system, I understood it. It was really cool to me. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't think the card system ruined the game. I think it was just the overall interaction with characters and just how boring it was. The dialogue was just god awfully boring. Like none of the characters are really interesting to hear. You just kind of want to skip past dialogue. I think that's really what took this game down. But that's all the gaming news I have for today. Let me know what you guys think about the Joy-Con issue, the cases being dismissed. Let me know what you think about the Assassin's Creed Shadows controversy. Is it okay to have a black character? Do you think they're doing too much? Do you think it's woke? I'm biased. I'm so sorry, I'm biased. XDefiant not having any skill-based matchmaking in a casual playlist. Ubisoft canceling Division Heartlands. Let me know what you think down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you thought the video was bad, give it a thumbs down, baby. Give it a thumbs down. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. You're awesome. You are awesome. You're awesome. Like I said, thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. And just another thing, dude, I had to re-record this video. I messed up the first time, so I had to re-record. I accidentally had music playing over it, and I had it on the same track. It was so dumb, so I had to redo it. And also, if I'm having any microphone issues, let me know, just because I got a new mixer, still trying to figure it out a little bit, and it's just a learning curve. It's not like my old one, but yeah. So you guys have a wonderful day. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. See ya.